Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm here with the Nested Fancy Frames, and this is a new die set that has 4 different shapes in it. So we have the rectangles, the squares, the circles and the ovals. There are also 2 different word sets in this, thoughtful words and special words, and they will cut out a background as well as the actual words themselves. So you could cut that out of parchment and you can cut the words from whatever colour you wished. Now, although these dies are all different shapes, you can do the same thing with each one. So today I'm going to use the rectangles one, and we're going to go through each die bit by bit and see what it cuts. So the largest die in the set will cut this shape for you. That can be used as a backing, but if you cut 2 of the same colour, you can join them at the top and create a base card. You can also join them along the side and create a base card that stands in landscape. Now, if you use this detailed piece on its own and just cut it into your card, the pattern will stay in the card, which is ideal if you want to use that for a larger sized card or a box top. Now, if you add in this piece to the card, you will cut yourself this shape. If you add in this piece, you will cut yourself that frame. Move that out of the way, but you'll also have this piece as well for another card. Now, into that you can also add that piece and cut that out, and that will give you another frame that will sit like that. Now, if you use this piece into the frame, you will get these 2 pieces, and again, if you use the smaller frame, the smaller die, you will get this as a frame for your cards. So there you've got lots of choices on what you want to do. Now we have to decide what kind of cards we're going to make and how we're going to put them together. So here are the card bases that I've created. I've added my glue to the top and I've opened this one in 10th fold, and that's the shaped card. This is the shaped card with the join at the top. I've created a landscape one from just ordinary card, and this is a portrait one, and again I've put the join at the top. This is a square card and this is a DL. Now, I know these are different sizes, but I'm going to show you how you can adjust these shapes to fit on these cards. So from blue and white I've also cut myself lots of different filigree shapes, and they're going to sit on there. Now, under some of these I want a backing in the different colour, so I've cut myself shapes that will fit underneath these. You can leave it white if you want, you can add any colour in there that you want, but I'm just going to add mine to different colours. Now, for this one I also need an extra one of these shapes because I'm going to emboss that panel and use that in a different way. So there's my extra piece for this card, and I have embossed it. And the embossing folder I've used is this one from Card Making Magic, and this is the roses one. So that's going to sit on my card and these will sit on the top, but I'm going to use those in a different way. For the square card I've also put some layers in it and I've embossed the top one of those, and I've done the same for the DL card. I've embossed the top panel and I've got my layers ready to go on. So let's start with these 3 first. So for all these cards I'm going to glue in this top delicate layer to the base colour panel that we've got. and I'm just gluing it around the edge of the main panel. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want the edges to be free. So we'll glue that in place, and then we'll just lightly curl up these edges just to give a little bit of relief to the card. Now that's going to sit on the front of my base cards, and I'm going to do the same with the rest of them. So once I've done that, this panel, I forgot to tell you, this panel I have embossed, and I'm going to add this now to the base card. So we'll add this to the card, make sure it's all level. There we go. And then the rest of the pieces I'm going to add in with some foam tape. So once I have these three shapes glued and stuck together, we can just pop them on one side. Now let's bring in the square one and see what we're going to do with that. So I've got my square shape, I'm going to add in the layers. So we'll add in the layers to this card. We'll make sure that it's open at the top. This is the embossed layer, and I'm going to add this in as well. You can use whichever side of this embossing pattern you like. This is the raised side and that's the debossed side, but I prefer this side. So I'm going to add that in there. Now I'm going to glue these together, these two together, and then we'll do something to create the shape. So we'll put plenty of glue on this piece. And we'll glue those two together. Marry them up so that it's nice and neat. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do is cut this in half. Just get that little piece out there. There it goes. So we're going to cut this in half down the middle. Now once we've done that, we're going to turn one round and marry it up to the other side. Bring in your base card again. And make sure that you have this where you want it to be, because what you're going to do is cut this down again and then turn it round, and that will give you the square that will sit on top of your cards. So let's find where the middle is. We'll use a pencil. So I'm going to cut this now down here, down here. So once you've done that, remove your pencil marks, and then before you add them completely to your card, you're going to wrap the centre of that with some ribbon, and that will hide the join for you in that base. I've glued the join together with some double-sided tape. I'm going to wrap the rest of it around there and trim that off, and then we can, with the double-sided tape, with the dimensional tape, we can add this now to the base card. Now you can put this on one of two ways. You can either do it that way or you can do it that way, and I think we'll do it that way. So we'll press that down now, and that's your square card created. Now the same way you did that, you're going to do the same thing with your DL card. So you're going to add this piece in. So we'll do that. So we're just going to flat glue this in. We'll make sure it's got plenty on around the sides and on the corners. We'll add that piece in there, just leaving a small border around the edge. We'll glue these two pieces together. And then again, once we've done that, we're going to cut it in half. But this time we're going to cut it in half along the length side. So we're going to cut it down here. So again, once you've cut it in half, put the two pieces together, put them on your panel and find out where the middle portion is, and then cut down there, straight along there. And once you've done that, you can remove your pencil marks. So once you've cut those and you've removed your pencil marks, you can make a join on there with your double-sided tape again. And we'll just make sure that it's stuck together. And then they can be added to your card. So once I've added this with some foam tape to it, I'm going to make sure it's in the centre. This time I'm going to decorate it with some fancy bling that I've just found in my craft box, in my bling box. Now of course, once you've added your bling to that, you can use it that way or that way. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to use mine that way. Now just pop them up there, and for the last one we have this shape. So this is just an ordinary 5x7 card. I'm going to add these two together with some glue. And again, I'm going to make sure that there's plenty on the back because I don't want this to come apart once I start cutting it. And we'll just put a little bit on the filigree pieces as well. So we can add this now to the white layer. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to cut it. So this is why we needed another piece underneath that is patterned, because that's going to sit along there and that's going to be glued in place. That can sit on there. Make sure it's in the centre. Now this piece is going to sit on the front, but it's going to be cut. So once you've cut your panel in half, you have enough left to do another card. So I've created another 6-inch card. I've added an embossed panel. This piece is going to sit along there, and this piece will sit along there, and then we'll trim the edges off as we need it. And I'm going to add these pieces in with foam tape. Now I've also just seen another piece that I can use, and that's this one. So we can add this to this frame there. This piece in to marry up with the one that's underneath. There we go. And then on the top we'll add, should we add this one or this one? This one, I think. So we'll take the backings off. Now again, you have choices. You can either add it that way or that way. You can add it any way you want really, but I'm going to add mine to the top, and this is a top folded card, don't forget. So now we can trim these off. And we can wrap the top of that now with some ribbon, and that will really make it pretty. And we'll just tuck that underneath there. So that's just going to tuck under there. There we go. And this one of course will sit on there, and that again I'm going to add with some foam tape. So now from this die cutting session we've got 7 cards that we can decorate as we would like. And these are just shaped cards, just to make a little bit of difference, and then we can add our embellishments as we like them. And I'm going to add flowers on some of mine. So there's the cards. Put that one there. That's a DL one. There we go. Oh, we can add that onto that one. And we've also got this piece here that we can use somewhere. No, I'll leave that one off. So there we've got 7 cards now that we're all ready to decorate, and they're all different. Now from each of the sentiments I've used some blue holographic card and some parchment, and I've cut all the different sentiments. So for this one we'll have congratulations running down the side. On this one we'll have happy birthday at the top. On this one I think we'll have thinking of you. That can be a thank you one. This can be a good luck one. We'll have best wishes there at the bottom, and this is a spare one, so we'll keep that on one side. Now for the flowers, I think on this one we'll have white ones, and on this one we'll have pink and lemon and blue. So we'll put these along the bottom here. We'll add in some leaves as and where we need them. And we've got white leaves and green leaves in 2 different sizes. So just add your flowers in, have a play, see where you like them. And this is something I haven't added into a floral display for a long time, and that's a hat pin. So we'll push this into the glue in that one. I've also got some little silver leaves here, so I might just add these to another display. And the only one I'm not really happy with is this one. So we'll take these off. So you can keep playing until you're happy with the display that you've got, and then see how you like it. So we've got some more white leaves here, and I think that might look better with green leaves in it actually. So we'll take that out and we'll put that in, and we'll put these in as well. So once I'm happy with the displays, I can go away and glue those in place. So once we have the flowers in place, we can take our glue and we can just add it to the edges of the petals. And then once you've done that, you can sprinkle it with some glitter. And then once the glue dries, it will dry clear, it will dry flat, and all that you'll have left on your flowers is your beautiful glitter. So let's do another one. Now for some reason the flowers always look better when they're odd. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this one. And I've pushed in the hat pin into the display. And that's well and truly glued in now. So there's 2. We'll just add some glue to the back of the sentiment, and that's just covering where the letters are, and then we can add that into the area that we want it. And again, once the glue is dry, it will dry clear. So I'm going to go ahead now and finish off the rest of these with the glitter. And now as a final touch, just by adding pearls or diamante in a corresponding colour, and I'm only just adding them in 3s, and I'm going to add these to my cards so they'll all be decorated the same. So just a little spot of glue, pop the jewel down, you can add more if you want, but I'm just happy with the 3 that go alongside my cards. So there they all are, the 7, all created with the same dies, all created in the same colour scheme, all using glitter and glue for the flowers, and all using the same type of flowers in lemon and blue, and the shades of blue are varying. They're all different styles, but they're all equally as pretty as the other. So the dies that I've used are the thoughtful words and the special words, and I've cut one of each and added them to the cards. And I've also used the nested fancy frames, so you have ovals, circles, squares and the rectangles, and it's using the rectangles and showing you how to create different shapes for your cards that we've used these dies. They're all using the same set, but I'm happy with all of them. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.